Good morning, Facebook. It's Maggie Emerson here, and today is part 2 of a 5-part series this week. It's from Ask to Actualization, and I'm super excited. Today's topic is probably one of my most favorite things that I love to just play with, and it really is the questions you need to be asking to to have your life, to create it, and it really is the questions. And here's the deal. It's about curiosity. It is so much about curiosity, and it's about dropping looking for the answer, like figuring it out, which can be challenging at times. If you're a head tripper, I know I can be big time. If you're a head tripper, it can be really hard to not want to figure things out. And when you drop that and you get really curious, your life will become much easier. And I'm here to share with you some awesome questions for various aspects of your life, and I just really invite you to put them into practice and to allow yourself to really see what shows up. So again, I just want to reiterate, like, drop looking for the answers and allow the information to come to you. Now, that may or may not make sense depending on how much you've seen my videos or you've been playing with curiosity and asking questions. But let it be like a game, kind of like, when a kid first starts to learn some sort of game, let it be like that versus trying to figure it out. Like, truly drop the figuring it out and really get curious. So one of the questions I ask myself most mornings, almost every morning, is who am I today and what grand and glorious adventures can I get up to? And that really sets the tone of, like, I know that I personally love adventure and I love to create my life as an adventure. Even the, like, quote unquote mundane things of, I don't love grocery shopping, but I love grocery shopping with my kiddo. It makes it more of an adventure. Laundrying. Laundrying was a new one. I mean, my work is an adventure in itself, and it's not mundane whatsoever, but it's like, how do you make it an adventure and allow everything to be its own adventure? And really, like, who am I today? Because every day we are different. We are so different every dang day, right? If you've ever had a kid or a newborn in your life, you can see it. You can physically see the difference. Like, especially with a newborn, you can go away for an hour and that little newborn looks different, and we're actually like that. We just tend to appear similar. Hi, Grant. So good to see you here. So it's like we're different every day. So who am I today and what grand and glorious adventures do I get up to? And then get on with your day. You may have an adventure planned and you can ask, okay, so how much more adventurous can this get? What can I be choosing? What can I be doing today to allow this to be greater than I think is possible, or even that my mind can conjure up? Because when you get into the curiosity and the question, there's far more available to you than there would be if you tried to figure it out. So there's, like, if you would love to have far more available to you, get curious. The next thing is like, get curious with what your body requires, right? So get curious, if there's stuff with your body that you'd like to shift, change, to improve, to whatever it is, first drop the judgment, get curious. Start to get curious, what does my body need? And don't go to that, the book knowledge base. Go to the knowing of, like, when you're, like, sometimes even when you're pregnant, thank you, Grant. Sometimes it's with food wise, it's like, what can allow us to have more energy or to feel a certain way is not what we think. And when you open up to that, that is huge. That is huge. So get curious. What does my body require today? Do I require more water today? When you have a headache, when something you're feeling tired, is like, instead of going to, oh, I'm tired. Okay, cool. I'm noticing I'm tired. What's required here? If you want to be energized again, does it require a walk outside? Does it require a couple deep breaths? Usually it can be a pretty quick shift into a different space with your body if you're listening in. And that's the thing, your body is always talking to you. Always letting you know. It's the manual you were given that you didn't know you had when you were born or when you were created. And so there's that. I mean, business-wise, start asking questions. Who can I reach out to today? What content can I create today that would serve my ideal clients? What what can I speak to today? Who can I contribute to today? What revenue streams can I create today? And get really curious, right? And then there's relationship. Oh, how can I show up in this relationship that will create greater? What do I require? What do I need to ask for? And just, if you remember when, and my kiddo didn't really go through this, which is interesting. He didn't, like, you know, there's the why phase, or when you're little, you ask a lot of questions. And my guess is a lot of you probably got shut down, of like, stop asking questions. Get back to that, or come forward with that. Bring that forward in your world right now and start asking questions. What would it be like if you lived your life in curiosity and allowed yourself to flow with what was arriving because of your curiosity? Because without curiosity, what happens is it's like having horse blinders on, right? And we miss out on, like, if we're asking for something, right? Because yesterday's conversation and this whole conversation is from ask to actualization. If we're asking for something and we're not really curious, we've decided how it has to be, we've put these horse blinders on, right? So everything, so you can see to my left, I'm not sure what it looks like on your thing. My left, I can't see, except for that there's a video, I cannot see what's going on over there, like, because my blinders are on, and I can't see what's going on over by the window because my blinders are on. When we ask questions, we remove these blinders so that when there's like we turn our head and go, oh, that I want that to eat, and or oh my goodness, there's a revenue stream over here that is just ripe for the picking for my business, right? It's ready to go. You just have to put a few things in place. Or, oh my goodness, here's a gift for someone that it would feel so fabulous to buy this and gift them to them just because it's so them. And when we invite that into our lives, it opens all the things up, right? And it allows you to really, when you're in curiosity, what also occurs is you have to drop the struggle. You have to, unless you're asking questions like, why is this happening to me? Don't ask that. I mean, you can hang out in there, but that's not going to change anything. But when you get like truly curious, it drops the struggle and it opens the possibility. And that's what I want for you. I have all the possibilities in the world. So whatever it is, whatever your desires are, start asking questions. You can watch this video again. If you know a question that you've been asking already because you've played with questions before, post it in here so people can see it. I'd love to know what questions you're asking. And enjoy, have so much fun, and have a beautiful day. Oh, yay. And so before I head off, Grant said, how many conclusion blinders can we remove with the activity of curiosity? Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for saying that. I'm just going to add to that, Grant, is it's when we have these blinders on, their tendency is to be in conclusion of how something's going to be. So if something keeps showing up in your life too, that feels a bit like Groundhog Day, that keeps repeating, there's probably a conclusion in there. There's probably something that you've made like it has to be. And your question is probably, why does this keep happening? What I invite you to do is just ask yourself, what else is possible here? And what would it take to change this? And also look at, okay, what, like if that Groundhog Day keeps showing up, flip it, 180. What would it look like if it were different and it would bring me joy? More questions. So have a beautiful day. I'm so grateful. I'll be back tomorrow at this time, actually, at 8 a.m. Mountain, 7 a.m. Pacific. I think it's in the middle of night in Australia, but it'll be here for the replay too. So have a beautiful day. Bye.